This meditation is being recorded. Oh, let's settle in. Let's start with our quotes from Margaret Atwood, who says, and this is true, this is the solstice. Today is the solstice, the winter solstice in the north, anyway. This is the solstice, the still point of the sun, its cusp and midnight, the year's threshold and unlocking, where the past lets go and becomes the future, place of caught breath, the door of a vanished house left ajar, whatever that means. This is the solstice. This is a point at which there is stillness. The sun, we have this perspective of the sun sitting still before it moves in a different direction. This is kind of a metaphor for our meditation, which is to sit still, to reflect, and then we can move in a different direction based on what our sitting reveals. Let's use the sound of the bell to help us sit a little more intentionally. And in tune with the cycles of nature, our own circadian rhythms, our own turnings in our own body, allowing a breath in, feeling it move through us, in us, and then all the way through and out. All the way out, rhythms, circles, cycles, another breath in. Just being part of the whole flow of nature. It's large sweeping circles and it's smaller ones closer to home. Exhaling like our breath. Another breath in. And an exhale out. Our life, our presence is all little cycles. Cycles in, pauses, like solstices, sitting still and then changing direction out, like our breath, and then slight pause as the breath comes in, changes direction. Pause, and then it moves out. Just being in tune with the natural cycles that we experience all the time and don't necessarily pay much attention to. What can they teach us? What can we learn? Feeling them move through our whole body, our feet, our legs, our core, our spine, our nervous system, our back, our lungs, our shoulders, our arms, our hands, our throat, our head. Feeling ourselves turning, feeling the earth turning. And maybe today, just sitting with the sun. As the sun sits still, we sit still. Take stock of where we are, what we see, what the sun reveals in its stillness, what our heart reveals in its stillness. Just sit still and survey. Just being aware of each pause. Pause between exhale and inhale. Pause between the inhale and the exhale. The pause between the days getting shorter and the daylight getting longer. Just be aware of the little pauses, the pauses between an encounter and our response to that encounter, the pause between. Seeing and doing, thinking and acting, inhaling, exhaling, between fall and winter. It can be easy to glide over the pauses, not pay attention to them, but on this solstice and as we move into the end of the year, holidays, whichever ones we may or may not celebrate, let's be a little more intentional with our pauses. See where they exist, see where we can take a little more pause and be a little more intentional about the new directions we may go in.